up?
Welcome back to another
Welcome back.
episode of Normal Guys Talk Sports. I didn't even see what episode this is. Do you know?
This is episode 48.
48. That's what I thought it was. 48. Welcome back. It is. What is it right now? It is August 18th, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are located in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Big Donnie. It's his birthday today. So
It's Donnie's birthday today.
It is Big Donnie season. Like we went yesterday, today. We
Ripping and running.
right. Right.
Ripping and running.
Right. So no, shout out to Donnie. So today is officially his birthday. He should be making an appearance at the studio and maybe on the show. But yeah, shout out to Big Donnie, the homie. Follow him at Big. Wait, I want to make sure I get it right because he changed it. Because no longer Lil Donnie.
He ain't Lil no
longer
more.
Lil Donnie. No longer Lil Donnie.
He ain't Lil Donnie no more. He Big Donnie.
So Big Donnie 2.
Big Donnie.
Big Donnie 2. You get him. You get him on the network right there.
I think I might. I don't know how far deep I'm gonna go out tonight with Donnie, but I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up.
Like I said, I don't know if I was ready for night 2, but I was like Matt pulling up. I was like, okay, man, like.
But I'm gonna pull up.
Matt's always gonna make sense. Others may not make sense. Matt will always make sense. So Matt's not gonna get too carried away. Maybe others will get a little too carried away.
I already had my carried away days.
You're right. There.
I was literally getting carried away.
Good times indeed.
Good times indeed.
So shout out to Donnie. Shout out to all the birthdays, but especially Big Donnie for sure.
Lil Donnie or Big Donnie.
OG of Never Satisfied for sure.
And OG of Dallas.
I mean, everybody know who Donnie is.
Everybody know Lil Donnie.
Everybody know Donnie for sure. So, so starting out with all the topics, before we get into the basketball and the football.
The topics.
Yeah. We was gonna go over a thing or two before we got into basketball and football.
Only thing
a fight was coming up.
Oh, okay. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, well, not necessarily wanted to talk about, but next big super fight, boxing. I don't know if you're familiar with Jermell Charlo.
Heard the name. I got to see. I'm more of a visual guy, but I've heard the name.
It's one of the Charlo twins. They're from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So you got Jamal Charlo and Jermell Charlo.
I've heard the story. Okay.
Really good fighters. You know, kind of have a aggressive, angry kind of style. But Jermell Charlo is 31-1, and he has received his opportunity for his dream fight against Canelo Alvarez. So obviously, you know, Canelo is probably the favorite coming into that fight. But you know, like I said, it's gonna be September 30th, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. You know, nice. the biggest stage.
Nice.
I personally actually want to see Charlo win. But Charlo, like I said, he's a great fighter. He's gonna go up in weight class. I know a lot of people in Dallas remember Jermell Charlo from a few years ago when he fought Charles Hadley. Sorry, Charles Hadley. It didn't end well for Charles Hadley, but you know, respect Charles Hadley. But big super fight. For the most part, we just got to see how the event, you know, turns out and how things shape up. But I'm definitely gonna be watching that fight somewhere.
Right. We do catch most fights, so yeah, like I said, most fight nights are great nights to partake somewhere. A lot of fun to watch fights for sure. That's the next one coming up. Like I said, we caught the last 2 fights. So it's pretty fun. So
Charlo is a good fighter though, bro. I think in this case I do want to. Like I said, I want to see the underdog win. I don't know if I'm getting in trouble for this.
So that's that. Are we jumping into basketball?
So, NBA season schedule came out,
Schedule came out,
and the team you love to hate has all the primetime games.
I mean, that's how it goes. I mean, but
the team you love to hate.
That's how it goes. I mean, I don't know how much they got, but the Kings have 22, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We got I think 5 on TNT, like 5 or 6 on ESPN, and like 10 or 11 more on NBA TV. So the Sacramento Kings have more exposure than they did last year. So for sure, that's what I know. That's what I pay attention to.
So, what's your reaction initially to this schedule release?
It's a schedule. I mean, like they're implementing the in-season tournament, which is like it's a new idea.
You gotta explain this to me.
I mean, I think the average fan still doesn't full. I mean, okay, so you have 82 games in the season, right? So then some games of the regular season now they're deemed in-season tournament games.
In-season.
So this bracket, you know, and then people play who, and it's elimination, what have you, and then like when that's all, then winners of the groups or whatever they play, and it's like a mid-season like tournament trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand like the significant, and it's a lot of negative backlash. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I don't get it. Why don't fix things that aren't broken? The play-in tournament was already kind of like a stretch, and that now it kind of works. It kind of had to grow onto it. So
what's the point though?
What's the point exactly? So there's what they tell you, and then there's the reaction to it, right? So like I'm real big on like whatever comes out. Like you want to know, like what the people think. Just look in the comments and what they're saying, and a lot of what I've seen in the comments when it comes to the tournament, I could be wrong, but maybe when we partake in it, we'll see. Maybe it's gonna grow on us, but I think it's ultimately again, what's the point?
So
again,
the inaugural
it's a mid-season tournament. Like I said, there you go.
The inaugural in-season tournament will tip off Friday, November 3rd, and culminate with the championship on Saturday, December 9th. Summary: the inaugural in-season tournament will tip off on Friday, November 3rd, and culminate with the championship on December 9th. Trying to understand, like, okay, 8 teams will advance to the knockout rounds. The team with the best standing in group play. This is, I mean, I feel like this is kind of complicated.
It is complicated. Like again, it's a mid-season tournament, and it's for the cup, so it's like a mid-season championship. It's not the championship. Like the championship's the championship. You know, so it's like a mid-season pre-championship.
But what does it mean?
It's like it's a cash grab ultimately.
But I mean,
don't fix what isn't broken.
Like,
don't fix what isn't broken.
I mean, I get it.
Last
but like,
year was just fine. Like,
I'm looking at it from the perspective of like, all right, how does this relate to the end of the season? Like,
it doesn't.
Like,
it doesn't.
Does the season just stop for a month for them to do this?
No, they implement it to the schedule. So their regular season games are dual tournament games for this, and then when it's all wrapped up, they're gonna have games that are the championship for this, and that doesn't count for the regular season. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like you get I don't know. I will see. I think I mean, just like any idea, it's got to grow on you, and then by the end of this year, I think the bigger news, the better news, is the potential for expansion.
I think that's already the.
So with this and that, maybe it'll make a little bit more sense. But I think it's got to be incentive.
Even
keyword
still,
incentive. What's the point?
November 3rd. That's still pretty early in the season.
Right. So it's like majority of it is also the regular season. You know what I'm saying? But
people are going to be mad confused.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know everything about everything. But with that, like, I've tried to, like, look it up. But I feel like as the season goes on, like everyone will just pick up more. And a lot of people on TV do a great job of explaining of what's what and how things work. And I feel that's how I gained a lot of my knowledge along the way. Is listening to others.
But I guess in retrospect, they do stuff like this typically in high schools and college. Well, college to a certain extent, but they do have in-season tournaments, obviously. But I just
side note, what we forgot to bring up earlier that I said, and I was like, what we forgot to bring up?
What?
Shannon Sharp.
We can still bring up Shannon Sharp.
Right there. Yeah, we're very similar shit. So the side
actually, he more related to football anyway. So
right there you go. So yeah, Shannon Sharp. That's what he's going to. So so the in-season tournament, the schedule's out. I've looked at the schedule. Best believe we'll be at a Maverick game or two. I'll be at a Sacramento King game or two. Best believe I'm going to watch the King. Like I said, it's just a matter of when. Shout out to Sacramento. Like I said, living in Dallas, Oklahoma would be. I look at other cities of where I'd go potentially. Like that's like to me that's that's life goals to me. I don't care. Go to exactly. New Orleans is driving distance from here. I can rent a car. It's nothing. It's nothing. Houston. Me and Matt ain't going to. Yeah, we love you, Houston. We love some people in Houston, but
I'm about to say
we're not. Yeah, we'll just catch a Maverick game. We're not going to a Rocket game anytime soon. I promise.
If I go to Houston, I'm just pulling. I'm just driving through.
Yeah, right. The Spurs, San Antonio. That watching Wemby play, that might be a play. That might be it. You know what I mean? But I don't think I'm going to Atlanta, Florida anytime soon. Like in California, what else? New York and all them. I don't know. One of these days, but I'm not. Not this season. I think this season, if I were to make it to outside of Sacramento, if I were to make it to Oklahoma or New Orleans, it's probably like, I did that shit. I want to watch the game and everything, and probably go watch the Kings when they're there. That's what I'm looking at. I'm seeing where the Kings are at on the road.
I guess Oklahoma.
Especially, of course, I'm gonna watch the Kings when they come here. Of course, that's the first thing I'm gonna do.
Oklahoma would probably be the easiest.
The easiest. And the next one would be like New Orleans and surviving. Is that Seth? They said Seth?
Yes, Seth here. He's here.
Oh man, shout out to Seth. Shout out to Seth. Spiritual leader, Wizard level 99. Shout out to Seth. So so the schedule, schedule. I'm happy about the schedule. I think they got. Check it out. They got a lot of people making a lot of money figuring out the schedule because you know what that comes with? Arrangements and this and that and selling the tickets and travel for everybody and this and that. And to calculate, you're not going to have it perfect, but like some teams, some people figure this out and everything. Some teams are going to travel more miles than other teams.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Everything's the same and days break and this and that. So then you rank who has the harder, easier schedules. They said the Kings have one of the hardest schedules. I don't know what that's based off of. We're traveling more miles, or again, what's deemed a hard schedule because you play everybody. Like if you're in the West, you're playing everybody 3 or 4 times when you're also in the West. If you're in the West playing the East and vice versa, you're only playing each other twice a year.
Right. So
that's how it works, and it's 82 games. So. I think and it's up for grabs. The Nuggets, who bet at the beginning of last year the Nuggets? No one did.
First game of the season, Lakers Nuggets.
No one did. Lakers, that is a good game. That's a
Lakers Nuggets, and second game of that night is going to be Suns Warriors.
It's going to be great games. Those are good premier games. You got the rematch of the Western Conference Finals. The Lakers, more power to them, but I don't know if they kept everybody because it'd been travesty if they lost any players. And they did make it to the Western Conference Finals, but still feels they were missing a little something. Big man depth.
Shoot, you got Mavs and Spurs.
Mavs and Spurs. That's a good look.
It's the first week of the NBA season.
Wemby, he's getting a lot of hype. Some criticism, but again,
You talking about the Britney Spears thing?
No. Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady is one of the greats. Should be top 75 for sure, top 100. He'll make the top 100 for sure. But Tracy McGrady, one of my favorites growing up. You may agree or disagree with everyone, but he thinks he is he's no better than like some long bigs that are already been in the league. Like he's just hyped for whatever reason. He just feels he's just overhyped. So
We'll find out
we'll
very
find
shortly.
out for sure. So that'll be a good game indeed. And Luke, I think the Mavericks are better this year. I think the Mavericks are better this year, and they're committed to Kyrie because if Kyrie walked, that would have been a travesty. And if you want to believe in some conspiracy or whatever, if Luka ever wants out, the team can throw Kyrie under the bus and be like, Luka want to leave because of Kyrie. If that's what it comes down to, because that's worst case scenario. I'm not a hater over here. I'm not to the Dallas Mavericks team and what they got going, but looking at things at all angles, there has been whispers of Luka potentially would want out if they don't get better, if they don't win a championship. He's deemed himself good enough to be one of the better younger players in the league. I think he's still 25 and younger. I think he's still in that category.
25, I think.
25 and younger, and he's had a 60-point triple double. He's done a lot of things. But they've lost to the Clippers 2 years in a row in the first round, and they lost to the Warriors. I remember they upset the Suns one year, but upset the Suns and they lost to the Warriors. But
that was last year. Not this year, but the year before. This past season.
No, this past year they missed the playoffs.
Yeah,
so that's a step in the opposite direction.
The season before that,
so they was in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, against the So again, upset the Suns though. But the Mavs, we'll see. We'll see if Kyrie still respectfully, one of the best to handles one-on-one players, all that, but can he translate to the bigger picture? And a lot of coulda, woulda, shouldas with his career thus far, and ultimately going his separate ways from LeBron. They could have done a lot if they would have got everyone's ego in check. But sometimes
I was just about to say the egos, man.
The egos, man. Got to be team players. It takes a locker room full of guys. It doesn't just take one. It doesn't take one. It can't take one. It takes everybody. So
ego, man.
No, shout out to the season. Not too much to report on, but we will.
Everybody already got their money. Now we just waiting for basketball to start.
Right. So the season starts August. The season
starts Tuesday, October 24th. So you mean to tell me 2 weeks into the season they're gonna have this tournament?
Right. But again, the games are also regular season games, so it doesn't really disrupt too much.
Okay.
So that's kind of like, right, they're not just special games. When it's kind of eliminated and when everything is kind of like played out, then it has your finals for this, whatever, and then they get a cup. The tournament, again, mid-season tournament trophy. So
2K finna be lit.
2K finna be lit. Who on the cover 2K? Kobe Bryant, and 2K has kind of monopolized the market, so they've had some criticism over the years, what they got going on. And they're going to have the Kobe challenges, similar to the Michael Jordan challenges, so it's pretty cool. So it should be, nonetheless, majority of the game is recycled for the most part, respectfully, but they got some
games is always recycled.
They got some different stuff coming up with Kobe in it, so.
I didn't know about the Kobe.
Shout out to 2K.
So Kobe is on the cover.
Of course he's on the cover. It's 24. 23 Jordan was like so he is the Legends cover. Sometimes they have multiple covers. They have a regular cover and a Legend. Like last year, it was Booker for the regular and then Jordan for the Legends. So
Ooh.
So 2K.
Oh snap! This joint look kind of good though.
2K24 is coming out. 2K has been around since 2000 on Dreamcast.
I was about to say, boy, they had 2K football. I don't know if you remember that. They had Randy Moss on the cover of that joint.
You see the Kings in the trailer. You see the King. What are they doing? They figuring out. You got Durant. See, look at that. They're mirroring from real life and what it looked like. Check it out.
Ooh.
to 2K. So, all that being said, yes, Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp got picked up by ESPN.
So it happened.
It happened. He talked. Look it up. 2 days a week, Monday and Tuesday, to talk to Stephen A. Smith about football.
So that's just this season.
He went to, like I said,
I'm gonna read the news clipping on it.
And I see, and there's a clip of. There he go. There he go. There's a clip of. Stephen A. Smith on his podcast. Like, yeah, we have been talking. Like, he confirmed a lot of it. I think the main thing is Club Shay Shay. If you put that on ESPN, that the numbers are saved. Like ESPN, like it's looking bad. Like, you know, they let go a lot of your favorite names. You know what I'm saying? And they kept maybe not some of your favorite names. Like I say, Malika Andrews gets the criticism she gets. She deserves it. She deserves it because more ways than one. I could make a whole. I could talk about her for an hour. Why she's not as deserving. Because she digs too deep, and it's not about...
She petty.
Exactly. It's not about the on the field in sports, and she brings up irrelevant information, talking points, like it's late-breaking news, and she's bashing, like, her own, you know what I'm saying? And that's a deeper issue, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. She's bashing her own. Just maybe that's what her boss tells her. Yikes, right? So, we don't know, you know, but for the most part... You know, a lot of people, A1 solid. You could be, like I said, they've let go a lot of names.
At the same time, you know,
like a lot of names deserving. Max Kellerman.
The people who get hated on, they usually
come on, all these who got let go. You want to see all them names that got let go?
Keyshawn.
That was, you know, but all
Jalen.
Jalen does so much good stuff.
Yes,
Jalen was always one of my favorite people on TV.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever said that, but legit, when Jalen Rose came on, he's legit one of my favorites because it's just like solid. You know, he came from it all, and he's opened up schools and all that in Detroit. Come on, man, repping where he from. So shout out to Jalen Rose.
So,
but Shannon Sharp is on.
Shannon Sharp.
There we
will
go.
square off against Stephen A. Smith on Mondays and Tuesdays.
On, you ain't watching that, bro? Everybody
on
watching
ESPN.
That. Skip
debate
Bayless
program
lost this war. Skip Bayless
during
is
football season. Sharp exited his partnership with Smith's previous debate opponent, Skip Bayless, on FS1's Undisputed. What the hell? Sam's Club, come on, fam. Sharp's first take.
He was negotiating, and they threw him an offer he couldn't refuse because all them cuts to get, you know, shit like, you know, it's all, it's chess, it's political, it's business, and Shannon Sharp is one of the hottest names out there, period. You know what I'm saying? And Skip Bayless kicking himself right now.
I wonder how much money they gave him.
Whatever. I think it business move.
Skip.
And maybe it could be a little bit personal. I don't know how much.
Well, why we won the Super Bowl, Skip?
That's crazy.
Happy birthday, Donnie.
Skip. Happy birthday, big
your boy
Donnie.
Shannon Sharp.
Hey, pulling up. What's up? You pulling up? Happy birthday to Big Donnie over here. We shot you out earlier. Punk Society.
But yeah,
Big Donnie too.
As for Bayless,
Dang, Bayless.
The Post first reported that Richard Sherman
I did see that.
will be a regular panelist.
I think that's
Bayless also announced that his friend, rapper Lil Wayne,
he had to pull Lil Wayne
will be joining the show for a segment.
That was his back. That was his big joker. I am cool with Lil Wayne throughout it all. I am homies with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne been always. They take pictures. They go visit each other at their house. You know what I'm saying? That's how cool they are. That's like they kick it.
Yeah, no.
Right, yeah. So, and probably talking some sports. You got Lil Wayne. Yeah, like how you not watching that? How am I not watching that? I'm gonna watch that, right? I don't know about Richard. I'm gonna watch Richard Sherman every day. You know what I'm saying? I got mixed. He made some right with it, you know, but I don't know. He's Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. So it's intriguing, but I think these combinations will is very well the next generation of sports talk in the morning. Shout out to Shannon, finally landing the new
Skip.
gig, and and not going through nothing he don't want to go through. Like I said, I'm a whole man. Don't distract me on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could beat you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Did you see Shannon Sharp? I got Shannon Sharp on the ground. You see Shannon Sharp? He was, come on. I don't.
Nah, he stay in the gym, bro.
I might hit you with the 20s or the 30, working out. I'm not really incredible.
Shannon doing like
he
the
bust out the
120s.
130, the 120s, bro.
Yeah.
You don't even see him past 100 half the time. He got the 120s like, come on, bro.
Nah, yes.
Shannon Sharp is a
Hall of Famer.
come on.
For the Ravens and the Broncos. We couldn't throw the ball with Trent Dilfer, but that defense, we just had to score 7 points. It was good.
Shout out to Shannon.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp.
Setting the standard. Setting the standard, like, regardless. Like, like, he hit the ground running because when he started Undisputed, like, Skip went on, and this is facts, and they both say it, that Skip went on out a limb to get him, and with no prior media experience, because some people in the media, like,
I mean, Shannon
you could tell who's cut for it and who's not.
Shannon Sharp was on CBS for a while too, though. For the Sunday show.
But he was like, that was.
That was a couple of years. Because it was Dion, and then Dion came back to the Ravens, and then Shannon hopped in for Dion, and then Shannon was on there for a couple of years. This was like back in 2004, 5.
I don't remember that. I kind of, like I said, I kind of remember it.
But yeah, nah. Shannon Sharp was definitely a CBS analyst. The CBS, the CBS morning show.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He was on there with
NFL.
Jim Brown came over to CBS. Who else was over
James
there?
Brown, Boomer Esiason.
Yeah, Boomer. Chris Collinsworth. He jumped over. The original squad for me back in the day on Fox, and 49er games would be on Fox. When I was a young,
Pat Summerall.
That too, right?
And John Madden.
Right. They'd be them the ones. But I think they was doing Monday Night for a little bit. No, but on Fox back in the day, it was Howie.
Oh yeah, Howie's still on there though.
Right, he's still on there with Terry. And back in the day, it was Chris and James Brown.
Yeah.
Back in the
day.
James
Brown was on CBS.
No, but back in the day, he was on Fox.
Oh, I can't remember.
That's how long, forever ago. Before that, no, back in the day, like I said, I'm a few years older than you. When I was like I said, elementary school, again, that was the original squad on Fox. James Brown, Howie, Terry, and Chris. Them four. Them is the first four I ever knew to do it in the morning. Like, I only remember CBS, because I felt like there you go. But in Fox, I felt like maybe everywhere is different, but where I live in Sac, like, Fox was always, like, the quality of the game was better on TV. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about nowadays, but like in the 90s, the Fox games were just more clear.
I mean, I never really watched Fox because
CBS.
the Ravens was never on Fox, so the Ravens was always on CBS.
So that's what you knew, right?
Yes.
So that's what you watched. 49ers was on Fox, so I preferred Fox. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think that's just how it go.
Yeah, Ravens was on CBS. That's what I was watching. That's something else. But yeah, so
no, man, we gotta do a live. I think that's the future. Some people do that. Live,
is this something we want to talk about?
We can. Football, the blind side. The blind side lawsuit takes a surprising turn.
So I haven't really checked in on this.
I've checked in enough. It's just unfortunate, like all the way around. My understanding, he is similar to Britney Spears. The plot thickens. Conservatorship. He was never adopted. So that's his claim. He was never adopted. He was tricked into believing he was adopted. In all actuality, is a conservatorship, and they were able to make business deals on his name and his behalf. Blindside was made to seem he was illiterate and incapable dang near, when that wasn't necessarily the case. False depiction of his life, he feels. And then the family, the original family, who's Sandra Bullock, family made $300 million off the movie and all that.
Wait, they made what?
$300 million, and he ain't get none of that.
They were what?
$300 million, and he's done like interviews and stuff, and it's just like, yo, like, and they're like,
They made $300 million off that movie.
right, and then they're like, it's just like
That family made $300 million off that movie.
correct, yes, bro, like, yes, look, yes.
What the hell?
And they were trying to say, so they made that, and then I seen like he just did an interview, and I see the comments like, isn't that a little strange? Like you haven't heard him speak until now, like the average fan. Maybe if you were like, you know, you got a whole movie about him and it was him. I remember seeing him. Like,
Well, he was on the Ravens.
He was on the Ravens. He was on the Ravens.
So I
and the
remember.
Panthers.
Well, because when The Blind Side came out, it was like the summer right before the Super Bowl, and the Ravens won. So it's like Blind Side came out. It's like, oh, Michael Orr, blah 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 blah, and then the Ravens won the Super Bowl. It was a whole little thing.
Yeah.
But I'm confused. I'm confused. You know.
Right. So I mean, but if he's coming out, it ain't coming out of thin air. But like, but again, conservatorship. You know how I know what that word means? Britney Spears and her family and her parents. That's how, and it's basically deeming the person incapable to make it. My understanding, loose translation, not the official translation, but you're deeming this person incapable of making their own decisions for whatever reason, and the family is making decisions on their behalf. So that's why Britney Spears has been unheard of like forever or whatever, because it's like your family. You know, so if you're a young lad, for the most part, if you grew up without your parents, foster care, you know, whatever, and then you don't know, you know, especially that's you know, again, teenage years, you know, all that type of stuff, and that would happen for the most part. And he's thinking he was adopted, and he never was. That's wild. But maybe it's misunderstanding, but for the most part, you know, it sounds that he was taken advantage of,
Bruh.
You know, and
I need to find that.
He need to make it right, and shout out to Michael Orr, like, you know, like if, you know,
The Blind Side made
even fans are saying that Sandra Bullock should give back her award.
Say what?
Fans or some fans are saying they said they should give back her award.
I don't think so.
It's not gonna happen. But
yeah, I think you
it's
leave
a
her out of
movie.
it.
It's a movie nonetheless. But if it's an all out false depiction,
I think you leave her out of it.
no, yeah, she ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
she read the script. She thought of what it was. She don't know no better. She don't. It's a good movie. It got us.
I'm still stuck on this $300 million.
$300 million. He didn't get none of it. And he didn't get none of it. And it's about him. What kind of stuff is that? Some people look at it, oh, it's going for the family. He wouldn't be in the NFL, so they're taking that route.
Okay. So
Blindside.
the family made millions of dollars, but the movie grossed $300 million.
I'm tripping.
I'm about to say.
Okay,
I'm about to say.
I'm tripping. Okay, I missed it. Okay, I misquoted.
I'm about to say.
The movie made $300 million. But the okay, but what?
They made millions of dollars, though.
The family made money.
Yeah, the family he didn't. Yes.
That's the point.
Understood.
That is the ultimate point.
But they are saying that they have not received millions of dollars. The family. Did Michael Orr receive any money for the movie The Blind Side? According to the petition, the tools and is that how you pronounce it? Tuohy's?
Gratuities?
No, the name of that family. Tuohy's?
Tuohy's? I don't know. Touhys? Tuohy's? Whatever.
But according to Michael Orr's petition, the family negotiated a deal with 20th Century Fox that left Orr without any payment for the rights to his name, likeness, and life story. While the Tuohy family received a contract price of $225,000 and a 2% of the film's net proceeds. So 2% of 300 million would be.
Say again.
And basically, they got $225,000 and 2% of 300 million.
2% of 300 million. 200%. Okay, so
2% of 300 million.
So
That's still hella bread though.
that's like $6 million. 1% is $3 million. So 2% is $6 million.
No.
What?
It's $18 million.
Say it again.
Actually, no, I'm wrong. They received
300 million, right?
300 million.
You said 2% of 300 million. That's where we're at. That's the equation, correct?
It's $6 million.
$6 million. Thank you, sir.
Whew. Drama. So, other than that, we got a bunch of games on tonight too.
We sure, yeah. Let's check in. Let's summarize last week and
This week, we already summarized last week.
I mean, there's some. I mean, we had the show Friday, so it was games on Saturday, Sunday.
It's weird because the games is like on Thursdays now.
Some are.
A lot of them are.
No, it's Thursday. There they go.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Sunday.
Actually, most of the games is on tomorrow.
Right. Okay, so Friday last week there was some games currently going on. So to summarize last weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we had Green Bay playing against the Bengals. Green Bay 36 to Cincinnati's 19. Again, this is a lot of backups playing these games, mind you. So we have the New York Giants visiting the Detroit Lions. The Lions 21 to the Giants 16. The Atlanta Falcons visiting the Miami Dolphins. The Atlanta with the win 19 to the Dolphins 3. Pittsburgh Steelers at Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh with the win 27 to 17. The Washington Commanders, until further notice, they might change their name, at Cleveland. Washington 17, Cleveland 15.
Just changed the name in the middle of the season.
No, not the middle of the season, but it's coming up. It's coming up. And then Denver at Arizona. The Cardinals with the close win 18 to the Broncos 17. Saturday, August 12th, we had the Indianapolis Colts against the Buffalo Bills. Shout out BK. The Bills winning 23 to 19. Tennessee at Chicago. We have the Bears 23 to Tennessee 17. Side note, you think Justin Fields top 10 quarterback?
No, not yet.
He's fantasy thing you do. I think he's a little overrated fantasy wise.
We gonna
That's
see.
just me. I wouldn't feel comfortable starting him. We got the New York Giants visiting the Carolina Panthers. The Jets 27 to the Panthers 0. The Jaguars visiting the Cowboys. Jaguars 28 to the Cowboys 23. We have the Philadelphia Eagles visiting the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore 20 to Philadelphia's 19. You catch any glimpse of that?
A little bit. Ravens were down for quite a bit of the game. Backups came in. A guy from who lost in y'all playoff game came in for us and threw a couple of touchdowns. Josh Johnson.
Damn Josh Johnson.
But Ravens, I guess 24 straight preseason wins. Hopefully it carries over to the regular season.
Correct. Next game we have the Los Angeles Chargers visiting the Los Angeles Rams. Same
They play in the same stadium.
Stadium, correct. The Chargers with the win 34 to the Rams 17. Next day we have Sunday, August 13th. We have Kansas City Chiefs visiting the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans 26 to the Chiefs 24. And we have your San Francisco 49ers visiting the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders with the win 34 to
The Raiders.
It's not looking good for Trey Lance. So it's looking like
How's it looking for Trey Lance?
Brock's number one. Like you got other players, like Brock's the guy. Like include Trent Williams. You know what I mean? Like, and again, obviously you can't take away from what he's done. So it's like ultimately, I'm kind of switching my stance. Like, you know, he is the most experienced player, but it's
Who is Trey Lance?
Brock.
Oh,
Brock. You know, at this point, Brock is.
Is he more experienced than Sam Darnold though?
I mean, winning important games. Brock Purdy got the 49ers to the NFC Championship. You know what I'm saying? So Brock Purdy is
Sam Darnold ain't had a team like that before.
Brock Purdy is better than Sam Darnold until further notice. Can Sam Darnold take over and get the job? There is a possibility, as well as Trey Lance. They all look great in camp. It's a good problem to have. Capable players. You don't give up on Trey Lance yet.
Sam Darnold might be the next Alex Smith.
That's all we need. That's all the 49ers need. That's all the 49ers need is that. We don't need we don't need the gunslinger. We don't need all this just simple West Coast, simple stuff.
Don't ruin it.
Right. So, but I think I like durability. So everyone's got to stay healthy. And Trey Lance, and the thing is, Trey Lance fully never got his opportunity. He came in, he got named starter, so it's just like, so some deem the team.
Did he play one game last year?
And then he got hurt the next game.
Did y'all win?
I don't remember. But I don't. No, we lost to the Bears. We lost to the Bears when he got hurt. And then it's just like, it's a game we're supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, because the 49ers are better than the Bears, right? But we lost to the Bears. So that happened. But, until there's no rush to trade him because Brock, one of these guys unavailable. Like, Trey Lance is going to get a game or two in the season regardless.
How do you feel about, because I heard some stuff about, because I've been watching some of the training camp stuff. I've heard that Brock Purdy threw 10 interceptions in about 3 days of camp this week. How is that like a cause for concern when you hear stuff like that?
I mean, he's come off an injury, he's not 100%, and the 49ers are a top 3 defense. So, like, if you go into, like, Brock Purdy, like, Dak Prescott, same stuff. And he making more money than, a lot of players put together. So, like, throwing picks in training camp, you got a great defense. He's got a great defense. He's playing against a great. So iron sharpens iron. We're playing against a great defense in training camp. So shout out to 49ers and what was next? And then
got some games on tonight.
Games on tonight. There we go. And then what we got going? Okay, so.
Well, I thought you had some games on tonight.
Okay, so Thursday. So this week, because today's Friday. So yesterday, August 17th, we had the Browns visiting the Eagles, and it ended in a tie.
They just ain't feel like playing that overtime.
They didn't go overtime. Like, we would just call it. And that's cool, though.
That's
cool. That would have been kind of pointless.
Yeah.
That would have been, like, all the way pointless. That would have been all the way pointless. No, ended in a tie. If you didn't know, now you know. If it's gonna go it's gonna be a tie. I know that didn't go to overtime.
Nah,
I didn't go to overtime, right? So, and because it's preseason, that's why.
For what?
For what exactly? So Friday, August 18th. That is tonight. We had 2 games. We had another tie. The Bengals and the Falcons tied at 13. I'm hearing the running back is killing it. I got a coworker. He's a big Falcons fan. He's like, yeah. The running backs and stuff.
He's gonna kill it.
He's like, yeah, he's killing it. So I'm giving you all little gems here about what's what. And then the next game we have the Giants beating the Panthers. And then Saturday tomorrow we got
damn near all the
spread.
Games.
Here we go. We got the Jaguars visiting the Lions. We got the Jaguars at 3.5 spread. According to Vegas, we got the Dolphins visiting the Texans. The Texans -2. The Bills at Steelers, Buffalo -1. Bears at Colts. Indianapolis -5.
Who's betting on preseason games?
Somebody is. Oh yeah, somebody is. I promise you, I'm not, but somebody is. Buccaneers at Jets. Jets 3.5. Patriots and Packers. Packers 2.5. Titans at Vikings. Titans -2.5. Chiefs at Cardinals. Chiefs 7.5. Shout out to the NFC West Cardinals real quick. They are projected 0 wins. That ain't happened.
Shout out to Boxing Can.
Boxing Can. We will pull up. Seth is back in Dallas. I got to pull up. I'm bringing Seth one of these days. I'm bringing Matt one of these days. Boxing Can go get you right, man.
Antonio.
Hey, shout out to
Dialogue in the building.
Shout out to Mr. Antonio Kurtz. He was in the Navy with me and Big Homie.
For sure.
So he was everything. We was all everything, right? He is Big Homie for sure.
He said he hope he see you in the playoffs.
He is a Falcons fan and a Hawks fan. He talked about the Falcons and Hawks so much it made me just hate them, and I had no reason. But he used to talk about the Hawks, and that's when Mike Bibby just got traded to the Hawks. And then the Falcons, we've had some NBA Live Madden duels. He's probably one of the nicest Madden players I've ever played against. And shout out to Tom from Atlanta. So I had about 3 big homies when I was in the Navy, and that's one of them. It was him, Brad from Chicago, and then big homie CEO Never Satisfied. Those are my 3 big homies for sure. So shout out to Tone, man. He always supporting everything I do. I was in his wedding. Yeah, so shout out to Antonio Kurtz. He is a great example of someone should be for sure. So shout out to Tony.
And shout out to Mike B.
Shout out Mike B. One of the
I kick your ass,
man.
I kick your ass in that mag.
Oh man, Mike, we've had some battles. Shout out Mike B. Original Hot Boy. We've had a lot of shows, a lot of memories with Mike B. So Mike B is my dog.
Mike Bizzle.
I don't know last time I seen Mike B, but probably with Cali, right? So
Calios.
So shout out Mike B. So where was he at? So Chiefs and Cardinals.
You talking about why? Who the hell is betting on?
Oh, somebody is. So we got Chiefs, Cardinals. Chiefs -7.5. Broncos at 49ers. Broncos -4. Raiders at Rams. Vegas -3.5. Cowboys at Seahawks. Seahawks -7. And Sunday we have the Saints at Chargers. Saints -3.5. And Monday we have the Baltimore Ravens visiting the Washington Commanders at Baltimore 1.5. So we got. I'm trying to go that Raider Cowboy game. Standing tickets $5 to $10. I'm down. I'm down. Let's go.
I'm with it.
We're going. So shout out the Raiders. I want to see if I see Jimmy G out there, man.
Shout out to Mike B too.
Shout out to Mike B, bro. For real.
So Ed.
Hey, Donnie's birthday tonight. Pull up. What the hell, Mike B? Pull up. Punk Society, just like the good old days, Mike B. Donnie here right now is Donnie's birthday. Mike B, pull up. You ain't doing nothing. Put them kids to bed, bro. Pull up.
The choice is yours.
Pull up.
So, top 3 quarterbacks who will lose their job if they don't win this year.
I gotta look at everything. Lose their job if they don't win what? The Super Bowl? What are we talking about? Only one team does that a year.
Yeah, but I mean,
lose their job, bro.
Lose their job.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers. He 2 years. What's up, Seth? Spiritual leader, for sure. We love you, Seth. All right.
You think Aaron Rodgers only get 1 year?
No. I mean, he's thinking. No, he got 2 years. Okay. Not Aaron Rodgers. Okay, that's extreme. Mac Jones, for sure. He could be on if he stick up the joint. Yes. Tua's locked in with them. Lamar's locked in. Pittsburgh, I think, is still figuring it out. I don't think he's if they get that high draft pick, they might be changing directions. I don't know. I think they feel they got something going, but they're still not better than the Ravens and the Bengals. They're still not better than them, right? You got to be the best team of your division. Forget the Super Bowl. You got to be the best team in your division if you want to think about the rest. That's what you should strive for. That's what you do strive for because you play all the other teams in your division twice a year. Cleveland, they gave him all that money, so he's there. Shout out to Deshaun Watson. He's innocent. Burrow's the man there. He ain't going nowhere. A Texans quarterback, rookie, he's locked in next 2, 3, 4 years, period. You know, it's his job. Lawrence, he's there. Anderson, he got named starter. That's dumb. You don't name him the starter for what? Give him time. Give him half the season, the full season. There's no reason to start what's-his-face, respectfully. Maybe they just, but they want to sell tickets and jerseys, right?
Talking about
the Colts.
Yeah.
They got what's-his-face.
I mean, they might as well
QB2 is, I mean, you might as well, right? You picked him up. You develop them. I don't know. I always like to develop your quarterback a little bit more. Like I said, I have my feelings on that. But next, Tennessee. So Tennessee still figuring out Tannehill. Tannehill's his last year. I think we kind of been back and forth about that. But Tannehill, it's his last year. Come on, they got some young bucks. They got.
They drafting quarterbacks every year. Yeah, they are.
But I think Willis. The future is Willis and or Levis. Tannehill. They've peaked. The Tennessee Titans a few years back went to SC Championship and they gave big old deals to everybody and that was cool. But they peaked when they made it. They weren't even supposed to go that far, but they did, and they weren't going to get better than that. And they had a lot of receivers, you know, that either left or came at their last leg and it didn't work out. So Tennessee, the Raiders, who's the Raiders quarterback? Jimmy Garoppolo, correct. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's making a lot of money, but if he starts stinking up the joint, best believe me, the Raiders will throw him out of town. The Raiders, they love Raider Nation, whatever you want to call it, the Black Hole, whatever you call it. Like I said, I've paid attention to the Raiders over the years. They do not care about their quarterback. Their quarterback sucks. They will boo him. They're one of the few teams that will openly boo their team. I don't recall ever 49ers getting booed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fan bases and teams are different. You know what I'm saying? But that's my take on that. So yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's not. They gave him a bunch of money. They're seeing that through. The Chargers, Herbert, he's locked in. Pat Mahomes, he's locked in. Russell Wilson, what if he stinks up the joint? I think they don't bench him.
Why not?
Why not? He's getting all that money.
I mean,
he's getting all that money. Who do you bench him for? I mean, if they bench him, that's going to be one of the controversial stories of the season for sure.
It won't be that controversial.
I mean, it's okay. Oh, okay. Let me phrase that. Overhyped, overexposed. Oh, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson. So,
they stuck with him for like another year though.
True that. All right. So moving on to the NFC East, the Washington Commanders. I don't know who the Washington Commanders quarterback is.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. Who? Sam Howell. Exactly. Okay. So Sam Howell. Maybe I don't know how many games he started, but not their first choice. Not their first choice.
Jimmy G, a bridge QB.
Jimmy G brought the franchise back to relevance. So that's,
Jimmy G is
a fan. You like my Debo shirt? You like my Debo shirt?
Jimmy G is a bridge QB currently.
I mean, currently, he is currently, because what the Raiders paid him, the 49ers would be insane if they gave him that money.
He had his opportunity to put a ring on it.
He did.
So
he did, and then now they're kind of saying, was he ready? That's the latest I saw, that he could have been ready for that game, but his people
ready for what game?
Friggin' the playoffs last year, and he was sitting out because his people was just telling him to sit out and friggin' get your new money and F all that, and that's just heartbreaking, bro. Like, what if he could have played or whatever? I don't even want to think that he quit on the team, but if he did, I don't even want to think about he quit on the team because he
shit don't matter now. He on another team.
There you go. Don't even matter no more. Again, moving forward. But it's
Antonio Kurt says, "Don't sleep on Sam Howell. I will take a nap on that one. You could wake me up at 6 a.m."
So that's the Commanders quarterback. Okay, and then so moving on.
Mike B.
Mike B.
NFC East, or should I say NFC Beast?
Oh yeah, so Mike B, big New York Giants fan, Dallas native, but he is in the Dallas demographic of
Dallas native,
but New York Giants fan. He will fight you about the Giants. Yeah, so shout out to Mike B. No, because this is how it goes. I've noticed this. Outside looking in, Dallas, you got everyone's going to be Cowboy fans. You're going to have pockets of people aren't, and if they're not in Dallas. If they're not 49er fans, they'll either be Eagle fans, Giant fans, or Commander fans because those is what Dallas market people see on TV. Just like you said, you saw CBS growing up, I saw Fox growing up. So when you're in Dallas, you can see the Cowboys, but you do see every Eagle game, you see every Commander game, you see every Giant game living in Dallas.
So, Edward, I'm about to put you on something. So, I have lived in the other part of the country where all of the other NFC East teams are located.
Right.
So, people who live in the DC area and who are in Commanders territory,
right?
Literally, they're all fans of other teams in the same division.
Right.
So, like my aunt who lives in DC, she's a huge Cowboys fan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in the cities of the teams of the NFC East, it's literally fans of all of the teams in that division.
Because that's who they see them twice a year regardless.
But I think that's the only division that's like that.
And some people just don't like.
That is the only division.
Some people just don't like what's available. There's plenty of people in Dallas who do not like the Cowboys. I promise you.
But you ain't gonna catch no. You can't. You're not gonna go out there get San Fran and they talking about some Seahawks. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Bro.
You ain't finna come to Baltimore and they up there talking about some Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Facts,
That's a. You know, y'all. I don't know what that's going on.
So shout out to the NFC East for sure. We'll be paying attention. I think Dak gonna throw a lot of picks. Dak gonna throw plenty of it. What are you saying?
It's because his dad's from Louisiana, so we never really watched him anyway.
There you go. So Mike B, Dallas name, but again,
he means NFC Eagles. Oh Lord, no one worried about other teams in that division. Ooh.
Strong words. No,
every team in the NFC East went loco last year. The Redskins. I mean, I keep calling them Redskins. I mean, I guess they was alright last year. Commanders was alright last year.
Yeah, but it is but it is the Eagles to lose. The Cowboys, we're going a lot of these Dallas conversations. God bless you guys. But
I'm gonna see y'all tonight at Punk Society, Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? We get it's little Donnie birthday, man.
You see
CD Lamb pull up, baby.
No,
CD. You know what I'm saying? Dez, where you at, baby boy?
They not gonna pull up. No.
Shit.
No, they might.
I was about to say Dez will pull up on you.
They might pull up.
You might pull up for little Donnie.
But you see what I'm wearing though. You see what I'm wearing. I'm ready for it.
Shoot. Hey, Donnie.
Right. So.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Yeah, we got the NFC North. We have so let's see. So Goff, they're high in Goff. Jared Goff is rated. I like Jared Goff. I remember he had, they traded him against Sam Darnold, then they won, and he was forgotten that trade low key. But wasn't he higher ranked than friggin' Lamar in top 100? That didn't make any sense.
That didn't, but we'll let him have it.
Right. So he's got a lot of pressure on him to get this team in the playoffs, and it couldn't happen to anyone better. So, and Jordan Love, he's got time with the Packers. He's a young guy. Justin Fields,
I actually think Jordan Love going to surprise people.
Maybe because no pressure. Justin Fields has pressure. Your first round, you better get it done, Mr. Fields.
And they gave up that number 1 pick, so
And then, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, Kirk Cousins stick up the joint. He's out of there. Yeah,
He had a good season last year, though.
So he's lost more playoff games than won. That's kind of his. That's kind of his like black eye in his career.
Yeah,
he's had some big games, but he's lost more playoff games than he's won. So that is
if Kirk Cousins wins the Super Bowl this year, would you put him in the Hall of Fame?
You would have to. I think you would have to. I mean, like he's like then you have to like because that's kind of like a stamp of approval, not for every player, but like you know like he's. I think.
Would you put Matt Stafford in the Hall of Fame?
I was just about to say him. Some do, some don't. But like he has some but you got to reward sticking with the team that drafted you and seeing it through and went through all that BS and Megatron retired, and he was still there. So yeah, you got to. That's what I think of his career. Like I don't got a horse in the race, but that's what I think of his career. Like okay, like he got rewarded for winning the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? If he wins one more, like for sure. But I think he is. I think he is. Not like not right away, but I think he is.
Ed, I'm in Vegas for my B-Day.
Right.
In the home.
We went to Vegas when I was 21.
Oh, y'all was out of control.
To Vegas. I almost moved to Vegas like a couple times in my life, but we went to Vegas.
I could see, you know what I'm saying? Vegas put you in a trance.
What we do? We went. I was 21. We went to Halloween. It was like the most lit shit. It was.
Halloween in Vegas is probably.
It was,
lit.
and I was like 21, so it was some good times. And like again with the big homie, Tone. We call him Tone. So so it was, good times. And then we went to Vegas, man. I remember, and then going bet on games and stuff. I was probably like the first time I bet on a game was probably like with him, no doubt. Because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. Yeah, but shout out to Tone, man. Shout out to Tone.
The Vegas nights, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shh, don't bring that up. Ears are in the room.
Check it out. Minnesota, New Orleans. Okay, New Orleans.
Derek Carr got a year.
Derek Carr's got a year or two. They didn't get him for night. They got him. They're going to give him a chance.
He probably going to be all right.
Atlanta, like I said, talking about the Falcons. Who's the Falcons quarterback?
Damian Ritter.
So we get Tampa Bay and the NFC South wide open. I think probably
the Panthers.
Rookie
QB.
He's gonna get all the looks. A lot of these in division games can go either way. I think Tampa Bay is gonna be really bad though. I think Tampa Bay is gonna be bad. I think Tampa Bay is gonna be bad. How?
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
So
he's not. They're not a playoff team. I don't think they're gonna.
I'm joking about the Panthers, but I actually don't think that Tampa Bay is gonna be bad because you got to think they got two great wide receivers, decent defense, decent run game.
Baker just looks really bad in camp. That's why, like, I'm not starting to hate on, but I think like it's time to. Like, I think there's better. They've said that there's better quarterbacks that they could have got, and I would agree. There's got to be somebody better than Baker Mayfield.
We'll see.
But I think if I was a betting man, I think the best team in that division that's going to win the division, go to the playoffs, the Saints. I see it. I think Michael Thomas turns it around. I see it.
I don't know, bro.
I see it.
I don't see the Saints really having that much better of a team than Tampa Bay, though, when I really look at it on paper.
The Falcons are still a little bit to go.
You got Mike Evans at wide receiver. You talking about Mike Evans?
I think these dudes is washed, bro. I think Tampa Bay.
Yo.
I think Tampa Bay ain't what it was, bro.
Yo.
I think Tampa Bay ain't what it was.
Yo, Mike Evans, bro. People be sleeping on yo. My man has had 1,000-yard season every season since 2014. Don't nobody talk about Mike Evans, bro.
We shall see. shall see. I think just lose that. I think losing Tom is. They still ain't
take
over
his
it.
old ass home.
They still ain't over it.
They wanted him to come back, but I mean, he 46 years old, bro.
See, the Seahawks, Geno Smith just got the big deal. Good for him. And
Geno said they wrote me off, but I ain't right back.
He's around. He's around for the time being, but he's still on the team.
They wrote me off, but I ain't right back.
Still in the division with 49ers. So then you got the Arizona Cardinals, again, projected to be the worst team in the NFL. God bless them. Shout out to Allen, Texas' own Kyler Murray, 23. Always shouts out Kyler Murray. So shout out to Kyler Murray. I have a Kyler Murray shirt.
Kyler Murray going to end up getting traded.
He just might. Yeah, he just might at this point. He just might. Shout out to Kyler Murray. So I don't know if he comes back midseason. So they get in. So backup starting the season for sure. Kyler Murray, I think, comes back like midseason. You got the Rams. What's his face? We just speaking on Matt Stafford. This is his last chance to be a starting quarterback, though, for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Super Bowl was like a while ago, and he did like 10 years in
Might
Detroit.
be said he should be traded and Dak.
He should be traded and Dak. That would be it. Just playing fantasy.
Dak gonna get traded.
If they traded Dak for Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray didn't.
Shit, you trade. Why don't you? Would they trade Dak to 49ers? There you go.
That'd be so whack. I wouldn't.
How would that be whack? Y'all probably win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott.
He makes too much money.
Y'all probably win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott.
He makes too much money. We'd have to give up players to trade for Dak Prescott.
No, you wouldn't.
He makes like $40 million a year.
The salary cap done already shifted. Y'all probably could afford his ass.
I'm under the impression we can't because we
y'all can't afford Lamar Jackson and the boy from the Chargers and the boy from Cincinnati. That's what y'all can't afford. Y'all can't afford to pay a quarterback the premium. To a certain extent, like Dak Prescott is getting paid.
I'm not sold on Dak Prescott.
At this point, he's
because
like
Cowboy fans aren't sold on Dak Prescott. Cowboy fans.
Dak does not fit in Dallas. I don't think he's trash. I just don't think Dallas is for him.
I mean, he's still got a lot of career left, but I think like it's.
Now I don't know.
I think Jerry Jones is just forcing it. You know what I'm saying? Like they made it this far, and he's good. I think he's put up numbers, but I think like good offensive line. He's always had a good offensive line. He's had a good offensive line. He learned from came up Romo.
What if this year is the year for the Cowboys? They've been saying this is the year for like 20 years. What if this is?
You believe that?
What if this is the year? What if this is actually y'all year? I can't even say.
They gotta get through the 49ers, respectfully,
and the Eagles. But at the same time, I see. If the Cowboys were in the AFC, there'd be no chance. But I mean, Eagles and 49ers is pretty much. I'd say that's the two toughest things in their way. Eagles, 49ers.
It's two best teams in the NFC. Hence the NFC Championship last year.
Right.
I don't see any team realistically in the NFC better than the Eagles 49ers.
That defense, their defense will always be on that bull when it's playoff time. I'm hyped about this year about the NFC South trash. NFC South trash, we almost won last year with Marcus Mariota and a 31st ranked defense. I will say D will be much improved. Offense will go crazy. Bijan will be rookie of the year. K. Pitts will be garbage. It's like, nah. Drake London will make a name for himself. I'm salty you picked the Saints. We will talk. I don't know though, man. The Falcons, the Falcons ain't been the same since.
Tones knows his football. We've had plenty of talk. Tones knows his football.
Falcons,
Tone probably knows more football than me. I would say that.
If he knows his football, then he
Tone knows his football. Tone knows his football. More
he know that the Falcons ain't been the same since 24-3.
He'll be the first one to say that.
They ain't been the same.
He'll
like
be the first one to say that.
The spirit got sucked out of that team that night. Like
Sure.
they've been trying to figure it out what they need to do since then. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Matt Ryan was an MVP, bro.
Matt Ryan and Julio Jones was like the next.
Matt Ryan was an MVP.
Was that next duo for sure.
Matt Ryan is a bench rider now. He said, "Why you go there?
Why you go there? Right.
I'm just saying that team ain't been the same since y'all lost that Super Bowl. You know, in any sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think y'all need to like get some mental. You know what I'm saying? That team needs some like therapy, bro, to like get over that situation. He said, "Put up this year." Hey, you never know.
It's gonna be close though, but like, okay, we could, we're spinning stuff. But I think like my point, I think we could all agree on like the NFC South is up for grabs. Like some divisions are like pretty like okay, like the Eagles should win the NFC East, right? The 49ers should win the NFC West. The North, I think Detroit. I think Detroit got that edge, low key. I think Jared Goff got something to play for. It could go anyway at the same time, but I think Detroit does have the edge. I think Minnesota losing a home playoff game, I think that stings. That stings, bro. It's like, damn.
It's pretty bad.
Like I said, if you're going to lose on the road, you know what I'm saying? Lose at a home, yikes. The Chiefs, of course. This AFC South is up for grabs. I think the Jaguars probably got the.
I like the Jags, bro.
Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are. And then I think Tennessee is right behind them, and Houston and Indianapolis is like, again, they got rookie quarterbacks. So like, what are we talking about? Like, they still got some more pieces to go. Baltimore is going to be Baltimore and Cincinnati. Baltimore and Cincinnati.
This is what we actually.
Baltimore and Cincinnati is going to be like it's a durability
Ravens
thing.
Is going to the AFC Championship versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm saying it now.
As you should. So I think
we was a fumble away from beating Cincinnati last year.
Right. And then so you got Baltimore, Cincinnati.
A stupid fumble too.
Buffalo, shout out to Big K. Buffalo's lost a little bit of steam, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully Josh Allen got to play MVP. You know what I'm saying? And then same thing with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. I think calling them Super Bowl team is premature. It's premature. Like, they're in the conversation, but I think like
they're finna get bounced in the wild card.
Come on, like again, I would say the Bills are better. I'd say the Ravens are better. I'd say the Bengals are better, and I'd say the Chiefs are better than the Jets.
They finna get bounced.
So
I agree with Ravens and Chiefs.
I mean, those are the.
Come on, man. Wait till y'all see this kid Zay Flowers, bro. He's gonna be crazy.
No, I've been seeing about the playbook and what he's doing. I've been seeing reports of Ravens camp. Like it's looking good. Like they said, the defense was looking confused.
Zay Flowers, bro.
They said the Ravens offense was confusing the Ravens defense in camp.
Zay Flowers, bro. Y'all not even gonna be able to guard that man.
In at 2 hours, I think we are.
We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. But shout out to the fellas, man.
Shout out to the fellas for checking in on us today.
You know, I mean, these who all tapped it? Like I said, Mike
B.
Mike B. Like I said, I met Mike B. Ian always loved Mike B's music. So
You know what? I remember.
Yes.
I remember.
So that's how special Mike B is.
Studio for the first time. He let me hear his music, and I was like,
so
this dude got something.
Mike B. Legend, Dallas legend. His own right. So we nothing but love from Mike B. We've been through the foxhole and back. We've been through a lot of wars with Mike B. So I am a Mike B fan forever. Shout out Mike B. Like I said, come out, bro. Put them kids to sleep. Come out.
Say he gonna
We're gonna be a punk society, Mike B. I'll FaceTime you right now, Mike B. And then shout out to Tone. Like I said, big homie in the military. So he's my guy. Like if I got you on Facebook, that means I know you in real life. So you chime in the show. He's some guys, and then who else chimed in today? Ken and the boxing Ken. Callie introduced me to boxing Ken because I won't get too deep, but I once upon a time was talking a lot of talk, and I might have had a might have had an altercation in the works, but cooler heads do prevail, and You know, and I'm not fighting the world. I'm fighting my fitness. Fighting see my health right. That's what I'm fighting. I'm not fighting nobody. Shout man, shout out to Tone, man. You pulled the Dallas, man. No, and he could freestyle. He used to he was like one of the main ones that freestyle on the boat, and he could freestyle like he be talking like for real, like pull up, you can record, you know that, bro. You A1 around here, you know me and Big Homie. Come on, like you're A1, Tone, you know that. So hey man, shout out to the fellas, man. But closing out, we have episode 48. It is 10:20 Friday night. We're adjusting the Friday nights for the time being. You know what I'm saying? It works for now. Like I said, me and Matt are working men. Yeah, we they got us. Corporate America done snatched us up. Corporate America done snatched us up. So, but we still at the studio holding it down for Never Satisfied. Shout out Donnie. Happy birthday, Donnie. We will be out and about with Donnie for sure tonight. Punk Society in Deep Ellum, Dallas. Pull up. Shout out to Never Satisfied, the studio. Everybody, shout out to CEO. Ray Rahim, got him on the merch right here. Shout out to the merch.
Never Satisfied. Got his own shirt.
I got this one. I do got this. I got this one. I got that shirt. I had to get that shirt. Yeah. So shout out to Double R CEO, man. You know what I'm saying? Making a lot of things happen, man. Gratitude. Gratitude is a word I use with him. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Gratitude. I show gratitude to him every time because he deserves it. He has my utmost respect, and I would friggin' put somebody down for Radio Rahim. So shout out to Radio Rahim. So like I said, shout out to the studio, shout out to everyone involved in the studio. Too many names, but shout out to the team, man. Shout out to everyone keeping this vision and dream alive. It means a lot to me, for sure. Shout out to the podcast. Shout out to Matt helping out with every podcast practically. I don't know. Time Out, Smoke Detector. So shout out to all the Never Satisfied brands holding down the podcast and the building. Clothing line. Everything is Both the movie. We peaked at number 1 on Tubi. Sequel announced. I need to figure out when I got to be around. But yeah, shout out to Tubi and more platforms coming soon. But Everything is Both. Jaquavius Coleman, Jason Mitchell, of course, Barton Fitzpatrick. They was just on Breakfast Club talking about Everything is Both.
That's dope.
That's dope, right? So, Mama, we made it. And then Dynasty the movie starring Linus and Little Flip coming soon. That is probably a to-be project as well as maybe other platforms. I think she's still connecting all the dots. So shout out to Linus. She has my utmost supports. So shout out to the projects, man. And Never Satisfied got some projects in the works as well. So shout out to all the creators and developers what we deal with. So any closing thoughts, Mr. A10?
Man, don't get drunk tonight, people, if y'all going out. Have fun responsibly.
So once again, that's it. We will see you guys next week. We are wrapping up episode 48 of Normal Guys Talk Sports here at Never Satisfied Studios. We will see you guys next week on the latest and greatest in the world of sports. Everybody enjoy their week and enjoy your sports and each other.
Signing out.
See y'all next time.